What's going on, guys? CHF here, and unless you've been living under a rock, you would have noticed that I have not been on YouTube for a while. But I am back today with a Madden video, so let's go ahead and jump into it. But real quick, before we get into it, to the 5 people who felt the need to dislike a video that was thanking people for helping donate to charity and sharing the impact with those people of their generosity? What is wrong with you? I mean, seriously, what is wrong with you? If you don't like the video and you didn't care, just don't watch it. But to go out of your way to click dislike of me thanking people for helping out somebody in a wheelchair who got a service dog? Come on. What is wrong with you? Seriously, ask yourself, what is wrong with you? But I digress. Enough of that. Let's jump into Madden. All right, guys, so we're hopping into Madden, and if you didn't know, I actually took the entire month of November off. That's why you didn't see any Madden videos for it. The reality is I got so busy that I basically only had about an hour a day to play games and kind of goof off. And the reality is, guys, if you look at Band of Brothers, we're a very competitive league, and I'm just going to be honest, if you're free to play and you only have an hour a day to spend in this game, you just can't remain competitive. So I hopped in after about a month, a little over a month, checked it out yesterday, kind of got caught up to speed. So I want to break down some of the new stuff in there. Obviously, there's no promos or anything like that, but there are a couple of things that I wanted to chat with you and give my thoughts and maybe explain. I'm probably a little late, but again, I haven't been playing the game for over a month now. So as you can see in the news, we just have some new flashbacks, more of the same, that we always see, and then it looks like they're cutting the stamina cost there. But there have been a couple of things. The first thing I have to say is I was disappointed to find out, despite EA talking about it, there does not appear to be an auto win. Maybe it is in some, but I tested it out earlier, and I basically played a live event thinking, okay, I'll do this, and I can spend these 2,500 stamina really quickly to get something. And the reality is, it's just not there yet. Let me know in the comments down below. Like, did they add it and then it was glitchy and they removed it? Or is EA just like really slow that I could take an entire month off and not see the feature that they were talking about before I quit? Let me know. But aside from that, guys, there is one thing that was added to the game that I think is actually a pretty neat feature here, and specifically that is the boosts that they added. So you can get to it a couple of different ways. If you want to activate the boosts, you basically go to your lineup here and you have these boost slots. So I want to talk about how these slots actually work, what they do, and why they matter. Okay, so first off, the place you're going to find them is if you go over here to front office and then go into scouting. This will show you all of the different boosts here that you'll see. They have stat boosts, conditional boosts, program boosts, stat reducers, that basically you can do different things to essentially boost your lineup, and they have a power cost associated with them. So if we hop in here to the passing offense booster, you'll see that I met the requirement to basically activate the boost, and what the boost is going to do in this case is give you just that +1 pass block, okay? And you'll see there that it basically is going to give, or it's going to cost 600 power. Now, the way this works, guys, it doesn't actually cost the power, as in you don't lose the power when you activate them. And you'll see that by using these front office points, you can boost them. So if we go there, it would give +1 pass block. And you'll see the first thing that it does is it's going to reduce the cost in power to activate the boost, all the way down to at level 10, it would cost 420 power to activate it, and it would give you +4 pass block, +3 catch, +2 throw accuracy. And maybe I'll do another video if I get back into the game, kind of breaking down my thoughts on these, which ones are best to spend your points in and whatnot. For example, the passing offense one here would give +1 acceleration to start there, and then all the way up there would give +4, +3 release, +2 throw power. And it's going to cost those front office points that I did a video before on talking all about, but it's also going to require these clipboards, which is a new currency specific to this piece, and that can be earned by climbing competitive ladders, completing your daily goals, doing the team history, and so on and so forth. Now, if we go in and look at it from the standpoint of your lineup, so if you go into my team and you go over here to boost, what you'll see is that you start with 4 slots up top that are free. and then you have up to 4 more slots essentially that you can buy. First one costing 1,000 gems or 500 Madden cash, and just increasing by that amount up to purchase that 8th slot for 4,000 gems or 2,000 Madden cash. And what you can essentially do here is it's going to give your boosts to the entire squad, basically. So if I went in here and I wanted to pick this particular boost here, the man coverage giving +1 play recognition, I would use that, and you'll see that that used 600 of the 1,925 power that is available to me. Now, if I wanted to go in here as well and continue to boost it, if I wanted to do the zone coverage, which is going to give some more play recognition, you'll see I've used up 1,200 power. And then if I were to go in here and throw in yet another one, such as rushing defense to add some hit power, I'm up to 1,800. And then right here, if I go in and I try to equip that one, you'll see that I am over my budget. I would need 2,400 power in order to activate all of those. So since I'm over the budget, I basically don't get to use that final one. Now, if you put that into perspective, if you level these suckers all the way up, all right, so if we level these things all the way up to level 10, they are going to cost a total of 420 team power to activate. Now, if you know how to do math, you would know that 8 slots times 420 power per slot is going to lead to a total of 3,360 power, which would be required to equip all 8 slots with level 10 boosts here. And you'll see that that's not really possible in today's game based on what the power cap is. So what that means is if you have those 8 slots, first off, don't buy the slots until you can use them. So no point in spending your gems or Madden cash to buy those extra 4 slots until you either have enough power or enough leveled up that you've got 4 boosts that you want equipped and then still have more power available to do other ones. But what you will see if we go in here, there are other options. So when we look at those main stat boosts, you'll see, as I mentioned, the passing offense would give those stats to your entire offense. Certain ones you'll see, for example, this is just going to apply to halfbacks, fullbacks, tight end, and offensive line. So make sure that you look at who it is boosting. For example, if you look at this front 7 booster on defense, it's only going to affect your front 7, your defensive line, and your linebackers. So make sure that you're equipping only the boosts that matter. But you'll see, again, we don't have that much power in the game yet, but you'll see that there are other certain situations. There's conditional boosts, there's program boosts, and then there's stat reduction boosts out there. And you'll see that they do different things, such as this one here. It starts at 400 team power, but if you go all the way up to level 10, it becomes a much more manageable 280 team power. And this is, for example, the push the pile is only going to increase your team's attributes in short yardage situations. So since they don't apply all the time, in this case, it would be less than 4 yards to go. You can do that a little bit cheaper than those global stat boosts that are basically always active. You're also going to have these program boosts, for example, right here that will increase the items or the attributes for specific players. So if you have a bunch of NFL 100 players on your team, you can go in here and if you level that all the way up to level 10, it's going to drop that cost to 280 power. So if you are trying to do something like build a team within a specific program or something like that, you can definitely buy those slots. Just remember, there's no point in buying the slot if you can't afford to use more than those 4 boosts as your primary based on your team power. And then in addition to that, another thing that is interesting here is it is going to have some stat reduction boosts that can go in here. And again, these are a little bit cheaper. This is going to basically reduce the stats of Smash Mouth only players. This can be pretty useful strategically, especially if you level them all up, for example, and essentially you're playing some overdrive. That would be pretty useful in that case. And again, you can get it all the way down to like 210. So these are really going to be overdrive specific for the most part, but those can reduce the other guy's offense. So if he's got a better team than you, absolutely using something that will reduce their offense would work. And then similarly, these could be a good boost as well, since this is basically reducing the defense. Again, you're going to see that these cost a significantly higher one. So they're right up there with those offensive stat boosts. But basically, they're going to reduce the entire defense as follows. So basically, each and every player is going to have a reduction in their stats, reducing their hit power, their tackle, and their pursuit for that particular one. And then the coverage one is basically going to, if you have it all the way leveled up, reduce their zone coverage, their jump, and their play recognition. I do like this in the form that it gives you a little bit more customization there. Again, it doesn't subtract from your power, so you're not making a choice of like, oh no, if I lower my power, that guy's going to have a huge boost over me and get +5 overall. It doesn't work that way. So power still has its same normal functionality, but this new system that they've added, it's pretty cool. It lets you kind of just further tweak your offense and potentially slow down their defense. So I got to give them props on this one. I think it's a new kind of engaging way to help separate things. There's some strategic elements to it. And again, let me know in the comments if you want me to kind of dive deeper into those or give you my thoughts on which are the best ones. But please, before I do that, give me a little bit of time to get used to the game again. I haven't played in over a month. My team is still basically where it was a month ago. Kind of embarrassing there, but it is what it is. But anyways, guys, I'm back. Not going to be back to daily videos. Again, it doesn't make much sense for me to make daily videos if I'm not playing the game. I'm just now dabbling and seeing if I can get back into it. I got to be honest, guys. I actually have kind of enjoyed, after years of playing this game competitively and having to be on it a lot, I'm kind of enjoying, like it was necessity that pulled me away from it, but I'm kind of enjoying not having to spend hours a day in this game and like checking on it all the time. But I am going to be making a video, trying to get back to at least somewhat regular videos on here if I do indeed start playing the game again. But I love you guys. Thanks so much for the support. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if there's anything you want to know or anything that I need to get caught up on in the comments down below. I love you guys. I will see you soon. CHF out.